Tonight, it is time for a classic, the thing big city dreams are made of.
Carter Finley Stadium.
No. The Manhattan, the greatest city in the world.
What's up, Heather?
What's up, B?
I hear you have a classic cocktail tonight. With a bit of a controversy.
That's right, B. I was at a work lunch this week, and a friend of mine mentioned that the Manhattan was his all-time favorite drink.
I want to go to your work lunches.
They're a little different than
Yeah.
yours. So apparently there are 3 different Manhattan camps. The Sweet Manhattan, the Dry Manhattan, and the Perfect Manhattan.
Did they have one of those in Hooverville?
The Perfect, I don't think they had any
Many
Manhattans.
Manhattans, okay.
Maybe some moonshine.
Yeah. Well, how are they different?
So I actually had to look this up. I had always just walked up to the bar and ordered a Manhattan.
Okay, I'm intrigued because I've never walked up to a bar and ordered a Manhattan, but I'm ready to hear all about it.
We had a lot of those in Chapel Hill.
I'm sure.
It's very classy.
Yeah, very classy.
So, some history with Heather. The Manhattan is considered one of the greatest cocktails ever invented. It's traditionally made with rye whiskey, but sometimes bourbon is often substituted. We're happy either way. We like some rye whiskey, but we also love bourbon.
I'll take either.
Yep, we're happy either way. So the history of it is actually debated.
I'm sure all the time.
The most popular story is it was developed by Dr. Ian Marshall for a banquet at the Manhattan Club in honor of Samuel Tilden's gubernatorial campaign. You didn't sit around sipping Manhattans talking about this?
Let's keep going.
Okay, so however, the whole Tilden gubernatorial banquet story has been largely debunked.
I've never done any research and I don't believe that one bit.
So the banquet's host, Lady Churchill, no relation to Winston, was in France at the time.
Oh, well.
So the more plausible story is it was invented in the 1860s by a bartender named Black, no first name apparently, at a bar on Broadway.
That one I believe.
Either way, it has become a staple on the cocktail scene. But there are 3 prominent recipes.
So we're going to have a contest.
You know me too well.
Yep.
Always got to make it competitive. So we're going to try the 3 main recipes tonight. Dry, sweet, and perfect. And we're going to decide which one we like best. Or if you even like Manhattans.
We're going to find that out.
Yeah.
So first up, we have the Sweet Manhattan. This includes 2 ounces of rye whiskey, 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, and
We're going to put it in a mixing glass.
yep, and then we're going to put a cherry in it.
I'm going to cherry on top.
All right. So
All right, you want to pour in, B, or you want to stir?
okay, so you're the stirrer and the
The muddler.
muddler.
I'm
So
the muddler.
here goes our rye whiskey. It's very exciting.
And we're using Sagamore, right?
We're using Sagamore Rye tonight. Here we have our sweet vermouth, because we're doing the sweet one.
And then if you'd be so kind as to put a dash of bitters in there.
Just one?
Just one. That was a really good.
That was a good
That was a
dash.
good one. I even had a
All
great
right.
sound to it.
So let's stir this up.
All right, we're gonna strain it into a chilled glass,
A coupe glass.
a coupe glass. Oh, my favorite kind of glass.
You have a favorite type of glass?
Yeah, coupe glass.
We're taking the pretentiousness out of bourbon here, as you can tell.
All right, B, if you will garnish that with a cherry.
It's my pleasure to garnish this with a cherry. Boop.
All right, and now we have the Sweet Manhattan.
Sweet Manhattan.
I'm gonna let you taste it first, and tell me what you think.
How do you hold
Are
a
you
coupe
scared
glass?
of it? Like, it's not gonna bite you. Hold it like this.
Oh, excuse me.
There you go.
I'm talking about the gubernatorial
pinky
race
out?
in Manhattan.
I feel like I'm being made fun of here.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So this one tastes more like licorice.
Not a big fan of licorice.
Me either.
You walk right up to the bar and order that on purpose?
Not the sweet one.
Oh, okay. So what's next?
So next we're gonna try the dry.
I'm looking forward to that. We'll put this one to the side.
Next we have the dry Manhattan, which the only change here is we're gonna be using dry vermouth, And we're going to be using blended whiskey.
So we have 1.5 ounce of blended whiskey. I believe we're using 6-year Whistle Pig.
That's correct. And then we're going to add 3/4 of an ounce of dry vermouth.
Now, this has a much lighter color.
A much less black licorice color to it.
I'm going to bang that a few more times.
Sorry to say, you want to break a glass or two
Just
before we're
one or
done?
two.
Just one dash
How
of
many?
bitters.
Just one dash?
Just one dash. You are very skeptical of this, like, singular dash. I'm going to make you stir and strain this time because I did a terrible job last time.
Okay, so we place our hands. All right, so now we are going to strain. I immediately can tell that this has not had a Black Death color.
We're going to rename the first one the Black Plague.
It's definitely killed about as many people. And I shall now garnish with
A cherry.
a cherry. I will let you try this one first.
Ooh, thank you, sir. I like that better. But I still don't know if it would be my drink of choice.
Whose episode? Who chose this episode?
It's a classic whiskey cocktail.
Agreed.
A lot of the population really loves it.
A lot of the population like a lot of things.
I don't think we're two of them. No. But maybe we just need the perfect Manhattan.
Maybe we just need the perfect. So we're going to come back and make the perfect Manhattan next?
Yes.
Because we haven't made it yet. I'm going to tell you. Haven't made it yet.
We've made mediocre and worse.
Can't wait to see the reviews on this video. We're back, and last, we have what has become to be known the perfect Manhattan, which, quite frankly, can't be that hard to beat. And it is a kind of combo of the sweet and the dry. We have 2 ounces.
I feel like you're prejudicing your palate before we even get started, B. You might love it.
I might.
2
ounces of Sagamore rye whiskey that we know is fantastic whiskey. Fantastic rye whiskey. We have
half an ounce of
sweet
vermouth
of the molasses dark death vermouth.
And then we're going to put in half an ounce of dry vermouth.
It's going to solve all its problems.
Oh, but it's going to be fine because you get to put 2 dashes of bitters this time instead of 1. It's going to be fine. See, that second dash is going to make all the difference for your palate. Can you hand me the spoon, please, sir? All right, stir it till my hand's chilly, right? Maybe we didn't stir the other 2 long enough.
I'm sure that was the problem. Well, I will say this, it's definitely in between.
It's a prettier color.
Yep. That's not saying much, but it's a prettier color.
Maybe the mysterious Mr. Black from Broadway could help us out.
Broadway is dark tonight.
It is dark. It's a little weaker than it used to be.
There we go.
All right. I'm scared to let you try it.
Go first. Go first.
Okay, that's definitely my favorite of the 3. Would I ever order that over an old fashioned? No. But it's better than the 2 individual parts, I think. I don't like the aftertaste.
I'm going to save everyone some time. I'm going to teach everyone how to make the perfect drink tonight. Are you ready? I have 2 rocks glasses. We don't need this.
Oh my God. I have no idea where he's going, y'all.
Here we have Henry McKenna, aged 10 years, bottled in bond, barreled in 2/13/2014. Available at the Youngsville APC store for $55. Maybe the best money in there. You take, very carefully, you take the bourbon, you pour it into the glass, it makes a lovely sound, you set it down, you take your friend's glass, pour a little bourbon, roll it around, you set it down, you put the lid back on as not to spill this lovely juice.
But B, I don't have a cherry.
We're all going to have to learn to do a little less, just like in Hooverville. It'll be fine.
You think they had Henry McKenna tenure in Hooverville?
Folks, no. But,
all right, so B.
But I'm not in Hooverville.
We're going to circle back to the original premise of this episode.
There's no such thing as a perfect Manhattan.
So we always said we would be honest with y'all, and we would not like something just because you're supposed to. I don't think the Manhattan is going to become either of our go-to drink.
People order that on purpose.
They do. Maybe we messed it up somehow.
How?
I don't know. It was terrible. It feels like we boiled black licorice on the stove in water. Just poured it in there with a cherry.
Why would you do that to perfectly
I couldn't even
good...
taste the whiskey.
Why would you do that to perfectly good rye and bourbon?
I don't know.
We just put Sagamore bottled and bond and whistled Big 6 year in there. I never get that back.
I'll Venmo you.
Okay.
So, to recap.
Get yourself a bottle of
Henry McKenna.
10 year.
Don't order Manhattans.
Pour in the glass and go cheers, y'all. It's great.
All right, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.